The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, condolences go out to Kalimda family, third Australian State Minister visits, and Pukpuk's IA strong start. A press conference was held at the Gordon's Police Barracks residence where families from the Red Sea Barracks at Bomana came in numbers to present their petition to the police hierarchy, Governor for Hela Philip Undialu, and Minister for Internal Security, Police and Correctional Services, Peter Shamalili Jr. The petition was presented by Jane Tondop on behalf of the family of late Senior Constable Nelson Kalimda. The family of late Senior Constable Nelson Kalimda and residents of the Red Sea Barracks handed in a petition to authorities today expressing their grievances. It was presented to the police hierarchy and government heads at the Gordon Police Barracks. The petition was calling for justice for the late member of the police force. Spokesperson Jane Tondop said the collective demand is that those responsible for the tragic death of late Kalimda be held accountable.
In any society, for the society to function as a society, rule of law must stop. Regardless of what something you make him wrong, rule of law must stop. Because law and burukia, and no one has been held accountable. I'm going to walk one up. I'm carry law block country blow me until the shoulder blow me. I'm walk blow and local enforcing this law. If you na me no na blo respect the law blo country blo me to play. Toto process can me tabarin. Unlawful killing in any part of PNG of a uniformed officer. It must stop now. Who said man or Mary you committed this a crime, you must face the maximum penalty allowable inside of this country.
Mrs. Tondop asked that the respective police hierarchy hear their pleas for justice to prevail, adding that as per their knowledge, the murder of late Kalimda is the 8th such incident occurring from Hela. Upon receiving the petition, Minister for Internal Security Peter Shamalili Jr. and Hela Governor Philip Undialu were given the opportunity to address the people.
It is one of those circumstances which are very unfortunate. But me got big look save long mouse Mary blow you pla. And me highlighting plenty important review na or something where you may need long straight him to some organization.
Usat man you kisim heavy. La police or CIS, la inside la province employ me. And me passing bell sorry on behalf of my people. I will not shy away. Me blaba sana bonte. So tete me holding petition tasol me not going into detail. Plan the total state where me part and parcel of it. I will contribute as far as I can. Lo support in police, lo support in prime minister and government. Lo make sure that systems lo yumi welfare of family. Now how lo yumi lo enforce rule of law lo make sure that the uniform killers, man killers, are held accountable to the maximum of death penalty.
Governor Undialu said that he will help in bringing late Senior Constable Kalimda back to his family and to his final resting place. Minister for Internal Security Peter Shamalili Jr. and the Commissioner of Police David Manning have expressed their deepest condolences to the family of late Senior Constable Nelson Kalimda, who was allegedly killed while on a police operation in Hela Province. The body of the late constable was found by security personnel with the help of locals in Magarema.
Minister for Internal Security Peter Shamalili Jr. said Senior Constable Nelson Kalimda was a dedicated officer of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, and the circumstances that led to his death will be fully investigated and those responsible will be located, detained and prosecuted. Commissioner for Police David Manning has called on all members of the Royal PNG Constabulary to show restraint and let the law take its course. Minister Tamalili said when one of our own men or women of uniform is taken from us in the line of duty, all of us feel a great sense of loss and pain. But now is not the time for retribution nor politics. He vowed that he will work with the Commissioner to leave no stone unturned until those responsible are brought to justice. To the family of the late Senior Constable Kalimba, he expressed deepest condolences on behalf of the government and the nation. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape has condemned the killing of Port Moresby-based policeman Senior Constable Nelson Kalimba in Hela. In a media statement released by his office, PM Marape sympathized with the late constable's wife, children, family members, and officers of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary. He said it is becoming common that criminals no longer fear or respect the police. He said laws will be amended to bring higher penalties to those who commit offences against police personnel. The body of the late policeman was discovered at the Andapali River in Magarima, Hela on Sunday, 30th October this year. Commissioner of Police David Manning during Monday's press conference said now with the recovered body of late Senior Constable Nelson Kalimba, their efforts will now be fully supporting the investigations and investigators in apprehending those responsible. Manning said that due to the sensitivity of this case, certain information is currently being withheld to ensure they do not allow the investigations to be compromised, as there have been an increase of information being received as to the motive of what had transpired leading to the death of Senior Constable Kalimba. COP Manning said that what they require now is to ensure the investigators are assisted to establish facts surrounding this tragic incident and the motive.
I understand we have, all of us, including myself, have questions that still remain unanswered. But I have no doubt, and in fact I'm very confident that through the investigations we'll be able to answer some of these questions that very much at the forefront of our minds at this difficult time. Questions like why did the late member drive out of the accommodation premises on his own, unarmed, without any support? Who did he notify prior to his departure? Why was he allowed to go out by himself? Who did he contact before, during and after he left the accommodation? Why was it that he was unable to alert anyone as to the situation he was in? You know, these questions and others we hope to be satisfactorily answered on the conclusion of these investigations.
This is TV1 News. More stories when we return after the break.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Life. Open it.
Laga was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SP Laga, cheers to 70 years.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. The newly appointed European Union ambassador to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Jacques Vadin, presented his letter of credentials to Governor-General Sir Bob Dadai at the Government House this morning. The Governor-General assured the ambassador that PNG stands ready to support and assist him as he builds stronger partnership with the country.
Governor-General Sir Bob Dadai today welcomed European Union Ambassador to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Jacques Vadin. He said Papua New Guinea highly recognizes the continued support and important contribution that the European Union has made through its European Development Fund and European Projects Assistance to Papua New Guinea. He said this when welcoming the European Union's newly appointed ambassador to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Jacques Vadin. Ambassador Vadin relayed that he was entrusted by the European Union envoy to build a stronger partnership with Papua New Guinea.
We greatly appreciate the solidarity shown by your country against the war in Ukraine and Russian aggression, expressed at the United Nations General Assembly and at the recent votes against annexation. This war at our EU borders does not in any way detract from our commitment to implement our strategy for cooperation in Papua New Guinea and the South Pacific, in coordination with your authorities for regional peace and security.
Sir Bob added that Papua New Guinea would like to see increased direct bilateral cooperation in areas of trade and defense, including addressing maritime security, malicious cyber activities, disinformation, terrorism, and organized crime.
I assure you that the government of Papua New Guinea stands ready to accord you the necessary support that you may require during your tour of duty in promoting and advancing relationship between the EU and Papua New Guinea for the mutual benefit of our two respective countries and peoples. I hope you will find your tour of duty in Papua New Guinea both rewarding and fulfilling. Thank you.
Jemima Sugbat, TV1 News.
Minister for International Development and the Pacific, Pat Conroy, is the third Australian state minister to visit Papua New Guinea since the formation of the both new governments. Upon arrival on Monday, 31st October, Minister Conroy said this trip is to further deepen the relationship between the two nations, building on the high tempo of ministerial engagements since elections in both countries.
In a press conference today, Australia's Minister for International Development and the Pacific, Pat Conroy, expressed appreciation for the friendship relationship between Australia with Papua New Guinea and it being profoundly important. Minister Conroy deliberated on some of the funding, assistance and partnerships that Australia has made available to the Papua New Guinea government and its people, especially in infrastructure and basic services like health. This includes a visit to the health center at Kwikila today.
What are the development needs of Papua New Guinea, and then provide assistance in that in whatever way we can. Of the 1.9 billion allocated to the Pacific, 600 million will go to Papua New Guinea.
Material counterparts across a range of portfolios and listen to how Australia can best support Papua New Guinea's priorities and consult on Australia's new development policy. Minister Conroy looks forward to the PNG launch of a new Pacific Australia Sports Partnership, visiting health and infrastructure investments supported by Australia, and talking with young Papua New Guineans about their aspirations for the future.
A couple of messages that I'm delivering is when we provide that development assistance, first, it responds to the local priorities, so priorities of our development partners. Secondly, we provide it transparently. Thirdly, it comes with no strings attached. Fourthly, if they're infrastructure projects or projects with a physical presence, we are to build infrastructure of the highest possible quality.
This evening, Minister Conroy will launch the third pilot boat donated to the PNG Ports Corporation. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
The United National Development Programme hosted a workshop on administrative complaints, investigations for public officials to boost efforts to address corruption recently. Over 60 participants attended a 3-day training delivered by UNDP in collaboration with the Department of Justice and Attorney General from 24th to 26th October in Port Moresby.
The workshop was organized under the Preventing and Countering Corruption in PNG project, funded by the EU and implemented jointly by UNDP and UNODC. Thomas Elu, chairman of the Interim Independent Commission Against Corruption, said the workshop was important and he encouraged Papua New Guineans to take it to heart, to participate actively and learn as much as possible. He thanked the EU and the UNDP for this initiative, as corruption is a big issue in the country. The workshop was designed to educate, inform and raise awareness among the key practitioners working in area of integrity and anti-corruption who deal with administrative complaints investigations. David Messina, program manager of the EU delegation to PNG, said the workshop is part of the EU-funded PNG anti-corruption project, which is a component of the EU-PNG Good Governance Partnership. UNDP organized also a 2-day training on unexplained wealth from 27 to 28 October 2022, which was attended by 75 participants from the public sector. UNDP resident representative to Papua New Guinea, Dirk Wagner, said such initiatives make an important contribution to raising the importance of addressing corruption, which undermines good governance and the delivery of basic services to the most needy. UNDP supports key institutions to implement the National Anti-Corruption Plan of Action priorities in a coordinated and efficient manner and supports non-state actors in their efforts. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. Sports stories next after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
SP Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SP Lager. Cheers to 70 years.
Magic tasty rice makes tasty rice.
Making white flour rice, become my favorite below family one-time meat tasty belong Maggie tasty rice. Put him 2 pela cup rice long pot, Add him water, na one pila packet Maggie tasty rice. Mix him good na boil him rice. Make him white pela rice come up tasty one time Maggie tasty rice. Maggie, the taste PNG loves.
I got a woman and a kid 200 yards out, moving towards the convoy. Her arms aren't swinging, she's carrying something. Yeah, she's got a grenade, she's got an RKG Russian grenade. She's saying to the kid.
You say a woman and a kid?
You got eyes on this? Can you confirm?
Negative. Your call.
They fry you if you're wrong.
Welcome back. PNG have secured a spot in World Cup quarter-finals after beating Wales 36-0 in Doncaster early this morning PNG time. In driving rain, PNG crossed over in just 7 minutes through 5'8" Kyle Labert, and from there Kumuls piled on 5 more tries with doubles to Nixon Putt and young gun Jimmy Nutlik, keeping a brave Wales outfit scoreless in the final match of the group stage. The win sets PNG for a quarter-final playoff against England in Saturday, UK time. Here are the highlights from the PNG-Wales match.
Creates the gap on the side of Antrobus, and a good halfback always takes that. Just a natural gap opened up.
And that's one of the benefits of having a player like Reece Martin outside you. You know the defenders are going to have to deal with him. You switch off for 1 second, you get upstream, Labert gets him powerful. Unless you get in front of him, it's just a mismatch.
Yeah, mismatch. I think he's on the half-back there. Just runs over the top.
Yeah, because this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from Jimmy Nutlik. And this time there's no way through for Nixon Potts.
Go, 2.
Impapi goes back towards Russell, and he's going to get there. Ball on the whitewash. That's good enough.
Wrong. Defensively as well.
Oh, big! That's a big carrier. He had a lot to do with putt. You know, similar to his first strike, just dynamic power.
Oh, it's bounced away from him. They're queuing up here. They're queuing up, and they're over for another. Nutlik.
Defending champions of Oceania Rugby 15 Men's Championship, the PNG Pukpuks are ready to hit the ground running when they meet Melanesian neighbours Vanuatu and Solomon Islands at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium this week. The Pukpuks will kick off their title defence against a young Vanuatu side at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Pukpuk's coach Sydney Wesley is quietly confident the PNG boys will prevail at the end of the round-robin Oceania tournament. However, he reminded the team again not to allow complacency to get the better of them, especially in their first hit-up against an inexperienced Vanuatu side who have nothing to lose. The PNG side is dominated by seasoned players from the Capital Rugby, NCD Rugby and Morobe Rugby, most of them making their debut in the Oceania rugby scene. For lay-based Francis Miria, it was nerve-wracking but exciting at the same time to be called up to the Pukpuks for the first time.
It's a nervous feeling and exciting at the same time, not knowing what I'm going to go through because I'm new for all of this, but I'm really excited. I'm excited to represent my family. I'm excited to represent my country.
Old Dog and one of the survivors from the 2019 squad, Laho Poso, is looking to make his presence felt this time after missing out in the 2019 Oceania Cup finals due to injury.
I don't know, I'm trying to just like keep up with them because they're all new and training, also the training too, they're all in front of me and I'm also dragging myself behind, but I'll try to keep up with them to lead the young guys for this.
For late Tigers Rocket Dynamo Kafa Kalas, getting picked for the Pukpuks was a real honor.
Probably it's an honor to thank you the rugby union and the sponsors. They give me the opportunity to pick me from the
Puk-Puks, and I'm looking forward to the game.
PNG will host Vanuatu this Wednesday before they play Oceania Cup arch-rival Solomon Islands on Sunday, 6th of November 2022 at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
With only one sleep to go before the long-awaited Oceania Rugby Union 15's Men Championship, PNG-RU Chairman Paul Siwi is a relieved man after numerous delays and uncertainties surrounding the hosting of the big rugby tournament this year. On the eve of the Oceania Rugby Championship opener between PNG and Vanuatu, the chairman expressed his heartfelt gratitude to the national government, patron and NCD governor, major sponsors and venue management for the opportunity to play at such a modern state-of-the-art stadium.
As the chairman of PNG Rugby, I want to welcome Vanuatu and Solomon Islands to Papua New Guinea. We will give you the best treatment we can offer or that's available on this land. Feel free to play rugby and enjoy our country. We also want to thank our captain, Aiden Toa, for accepting this offer to play for PNG Puk-Puks and giving our team a boost in, experience-wise. Finally, we thank Mr. Lee Pokarup for giving us the opportunity to play at the big stadium like this. And we want this competition, Ocean Rugby, Vanuatu Rugby, Solomon Rugby, to have a feel of this stadium, what it can offer, the facilities, and come back again for next year.
Vanuatu National Rugby Union Men's 15 team is currently in Port Moresby for the Oceania Rugby Men's Championship. This is Vanuatu's first appearance again in Oceania Rugby since 2007.
Vanuatu's last involvement in the Oceania qualifying tournaments was in the 2007 Rugby World Cup in France. It was part of a round one group with the Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea. It won its first game at home against the Solomon Islands and lost the second match away to Papua New Guinea 97-3 and did not proceed to the next round. This year, Vanuatu makes a return, having not played in an Oceania Rugby Senior International Men's competition since 2007. Vanuatu national team head coach Ismail Kalsakau said after being out of the Oceania rugby scene for a long time, it's been a real challenge trying to put a team together. Kalsakau said they would like to use this year's championship and the PNG experience as a launching pad to rebuild 15th rugby back on the island, which is soccer stronghold.
The team is composed of mainly boys from our local clubs in Port Vila who have been selected to participate. Unfortunately, we couldn't get everyone on board as we had some issues with some of our players, so we had to pick the others who were available so we could make a team to travel to PNG and participate in this tournament.
While going in as underdogs, he is confident Vanuatu, led by their only overseas player and captain Toara Ruben, who plays for the Manukau Rovers Club in New Zealand.
Yeah, this will definitely be a new challenge, and I haven't been able to play with the boys 15 aside, but I'm really looking forward to it. A bit different to the Sevens code, but I'm sure the boys will be up for it.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.